All right, shout out to the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. Big Q here representing the sports Coma. Shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Get your prop bets in at FanDuel on all the major sports. FanDuel is the move for you. Shout out to the fam. Hit the like button, sub button, and all the buttons. Light them up, the share button. And if you're not a sub up as we get our race on for 15,000 subs. The Coma is rolling, man. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all for being in this live. A quick cap look at what's going on with the black and gold. Currently 10.6 mil in the red is what the Saints currently have, according to Over the Cap. As the numbers change, we have 10.6 mil plus in the red the Saints have to account for. And that's not bad. That's actually damn good for the black and gold, man. Not that many restructures that we need to deal with to get below the cap, but we talked about the $50 million rule that the Saints have to kind of get going in this rare situation. So there'll be restructures of plenty, and the Saints will open up a lot of money, man, and compete in this round of free agency. And it'll be cool seeing them do it, kind of duel up and get ready for this upcoming season by protecting Tyler Shuck, adding weapons, beefing up the offensive line, and of course whatever we do in the draft, it'll be bonus. Anyway, let's get right into it, man. Did you know the NFL Players Association report card grades are out? That's how Kellen Moore and the entire Saints team did. So we'll talk about some but report cards, and back in the day, a lot of y'all, man, y'all was nervous around report card time, man, but those who studied knew that, hey, man, this was something. I got something to show my people so we can get some gifts and money, whatever it is. But for the Saints, they did really well in the annual report card, man. Let's get right into it. Saints graded well in the annual report card, finishing 11th overall based on player responses to a survey about the franchise's conditions, right? This, now the results of this report card was reported by ESPN weeks after an arbiter ruled that the players union could not publicly release the results of the survey because it violated the NFLPA's collective bargaining agreement by, quote, disparaging NFL clubs and individuals, end quote. Now, the arbiter did rule that the union could still conduct the surveys and compile the grades, but it had to keep them private. So the Saints received an AR and A- in 10 of the survey's 17 categories. The team's training staff, training room, strength coaches, and defensive coordinator Brandon Staley earned New Orleans the highest marks, right? So the team's training staff, the training room, the strength coaches, and the defensive coordinator Brandon Staley got the best marks. First year coach Kellen Moore was also graded positive, earning an A- from the players. So the players responding with Kellen Moore's coaching style, right? They like what they seen from the coach. They also gave Brandon Staley high marks. So that is very positive. New Orleans' lowest marks, according to ESPN, was its, quote, home game feel, end quote, which was ranked a C. It saw noticeable improvement from its, quote, food dining area, end quote, which earned a A- after previously being ranked a D-. That's because the Saints totally went in there and they just redone it, revamped it, and built a whole new area and just made it really top notch. That's why I got the high grade. They stepped in and done something about it. And the reality is the Saints want to be seen as a place that players come to play. They want to be comfortable, whether that's good food. Saints should be one of the top teams, period, when it comes down to food, being where they based at, right near New Orleans, right? But they really made a major improvement right there. Now, of course, we'll see if they can do something about dealing with fixing that home field situation, right? A lot of people been talking about that for a while, right? So let's see what they do about it, because it'd be interesting. But the home game field, man, is which ranked very low, and maybe they need to kind of do a little bit more with that, change of the game, change it around the field. Well, we'll see. In between, the teams renovated this cafeteria, though the officials have downplayed the survey's impact on the project. That is certainly the survey had an impact on the Saints food facility. It really did. The Saints spent some real money in there to just upgrade it because they couldn't have the bad look that the cafeteria sucked and the players were upset. They did the righteous thing, which is to go ahead and put money on it and upgrade it. And they did. So the survey did have an impact in my estimation. All right. Any other things to talk about is the coaches, position coaches, offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier were given B minuses, right? So Doug Nussmeier, B minus, general manager Mickey Loomis received a B, which is still winning. The NFL's long disputed the NFLPA surveys, arguing the criteria for formulating the grades hadn't been properly disclosed. From my understanding, the players are the ones from these different teams are the ones that grade where they are. And if it wasn't for their sour grades on some of these bad things, you wouldn't see them get fixed. They wouldn't put money to it. That's how a lot of times, because a lot of these executives and owners, they're not as hands-on as you would like them to be. So a lot of times they want to just a very simple and inexpensive way of gauging ideas on what's right and wrong in the building. It's just to survey people. It's very simple and very effective if you follow along. And then what really puts pressure on them is the fact that everybody can see this, and that's why it puts pressures on them to change it around, right? Nobody wants to be seen in the disparaging position. So anyway, still the New Orleans Saints, who placed 11th in the ranking, is the team's second best since the report card's inception in 2023. So you can see it is working. The latest ranking also marked the third straight year in which the franchise climbed the union's leaderboard, going from 19th to 12th. They're now 11th. So the Saints debuted at 10th in the inaugural version of the reporting rankings, right? League-wide, the Miami Dolphins finished first this past season, while Steelers ranked last. So there you go with that. But the Saints' lowest situation in terms of it being is the home field, which is ranked as a C, right? That's something that the home game field, which is something the Saints will have to see about kind of changing this thing here and kind of seeing what they can do to improve their home game situation, man. That'll be the big thing in terms of that, getting the lowest grade. So we're going to see, man, how they deal with it and how they fix that old artificial turf, man. Because let me see if I can pull up some information on it, I did. Here goes some information on the turf, man. They talk about the artificial turf field recently updated, reimagined design aimed at enhancing this is the surface details. The experience would improve faster, more convenient, modern amenities. And that's pretty much talking about things around it. But a lot of them feel like it's time for the turf to get an upgrade, so we'll see how, we'll see if they did that for the cafeteria. We know at some point they'll see about doing something for that turf upgrade, man. We'll see. But back in 2024, just giving y'all some information, they had that multi-year transformation. They did the major field level upgrades, the key enhancements, the 12 new field level suites in the north end zone, the renovated locker room. They upgraded all the lighting. They enhanced, enhanced it, high density Wi-Fi coverage throughout the area. They did some improvements to kind of modernize the building, right? 12 new suites, the back of the house player facilities, the wireless stuff, the infrastructure amenities, including the field lighting, premium club seating, the food and beverage options, structural upgrades like includes new atrium skins and champagne gold and all this kind of stuff that they added to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. And of course, they had other things going on too, but in the bottom line is that the Saints were looking at making some upgrades across the stadium, in which they did, and perhaps now it's time for them to do something with the home field. That's the turf. We'll see what they do. Anyway, man, that's what I got for y'all on this episode. How do you grade the Saints, man? Y'all put it in the comment section below and let me know how y'all feel about Kellen Moore. What kind of grade would you give Kellen Moore, Coach Staley, Mickey Loomis? What kind of grade would you give all those guys? Put it in the chat and let me know how y'all feel. And are you pleased with the status of where the Saints graded out in this round of off-season report cards? Y'all let me know. With that being said, I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to FanDuel for being the official sponsor of the show. Check out FanDuel. Shout out to you guys. If y'all want to be a Patreon, check out patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. feel free to check in. We got all kind of years and years of live content for the mighty Who Dat Nation, our news show on Q with Big Q. We're on there as well. We'll be having a new report. We're talking about the fact that the U.S. is bombing on Iran right now currently. So a lot of stuff is going on in the world right now. We'll cover that on the show. If you want to join us, we'll be on Patreon with that. All else, hit the like button, hit the subscribe buttons. For all the people that's not subbed up, please check your sub buttons, man. We in a race to get to 15,000 subs, man. That'll be really nice if y'all can help out doing that. With that being said, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Much love, peace, and Who Dat.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who?
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with the WhoDatDaily.com, your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.